I always used to be very judgmental of people with this desire to not exist. I would watch these videos on this topic. There's 3 videos that I know of on this topic of the desire to not exist, and I couldn't even stomach getting through them because I would always just be so judgmental of like miserable people. And I would look at the comments and it'd be like, what the heck is wrong with you? But that was until approximately 3 weeks ago. I had this desire myself. I was walking out in nature, having a nice little walk. And this melancholy hit me. This pensive sadness just hit me. And I had a thought process, a very interesting thought process. And it went something like this. I don't want to be here. And by here, I mean at home. Right now, I'm at my college. But 3 weeks ago, I was at home. And I said, I don't want to be here at home. Like, I love my family and all, but I just don't want to be here. But I also don't want to be in the presence of friends. I don't want to be with my friends. I don't want to be with my family. I don't want to be with my friends. But I also don't want to be at college. Because I sometimes, when we're away from college, we can be college sick. Maybe that's just me. But I also don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself. I don't even want to be out in nature. And I love nature. So that was a new thought for me. That was a new feeling for me. Okay, so where does that leave me? I went through all those options and more. And I was like, okay, where does that leave me? And a feeling and a thought struck me at the same time. What it expressed was, I don't want to be. I just don't want to be. This feeling lasted for about 5 minutes until I returned to my usual jovial self. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed, though, was my outlook on that desire. My outlook on people with that desire to not exist. Yeah, I feel bad for being so judgmental of people with this desire to not exist. This is not a suicidal desire. It's not a desire to end my life. It's just a desire to, as some would say, experience nothingness, to become nothing, to experience non-experience, to fall asleep and not wake up. This video is not for no reason. This video is not to philosophize about the desire to not exist. I'm not here to give a video essay on it. I'm here to address this head on because it's an issue. I truly believe it's an issue. It wouldn't be an issue if people didn't complain about it. When I look at the comments, all I see, on these videos, all I see is a pensivity, a melancholy. There's a problem at hand, and with this problem, there is a solution. Many, in fact, but I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I'm telling you right here, right now, that there's hope, that you can actually enjoy being alive. I'm here to tell you that existing is itself the greatest gift that you've ever been given. I'm here to tell you that, and I'm here to tell you how you can see this, how you can realize this. I'll preface with this. This desire to experience nothingness is not an impossible goal. It's not an impossible end. It's real. It's a real thing that you can experience while you're alive. It's just that we misunderstand what nothingness is. We misunderstand what existence is as well, what it means to exist. Let me try to help you understand. I also want to tell you how insanely happy I am, how insanely blissful I am at almost all times of the day. And I want to share this with you. This is a cool thing that I'm experiencing, and I want to share this experience with you. I want you to experience it for yourself. So this is a key principle that must be grasped first, is that to understand anything, you must become one with it. If you want to understand yourself, you have to become one with yourself. You must become whole with yourself. If you want to understand existence, you must become one with existence, with being. What does it mean to be? What does it mean to exist? Have you ever thought about this? Have you actually sat down and contemplated what existence is? Have you ever even doubted your own existence? Doubted the fact that that you do exist? Have you noticed that that existence cannot be escaped? You're quite literally trapped in the tapestry of existence. You can't escape it. Wherever you go, existence will be there. That's another way of saying that the common element to all things, every single experience that you've had in your life, no matter how microscopic or how large, how cosmic, there is existence inhabiting it, whether it be your thoughts, your feelings, sights, sounds, whether it be anything that you think is outside of that, an object of your experience. Existence inhabits it. Look around you and see that for what it is. What does that mean for existence to inhabit everything? For the common denominator of all things to be existence? What I'm pointing to is an underlying unity. There is an underlying unity to all of your experiences, to everything that you've ever encountered in your life. And that unity is existence. Existence is the unity of all things. Try to notice this. Become present. Just become present. Notice all the sights, sounds, and sensations in your present moment experience. And see how everything touches each other, so to speak. Everything is in contact with one another. It's all interconnected. Like right now, I'm outside and I'm looking at trees. And these trees can't really exist without the ground. Me sitting, me walking, it can't exist without my feet planted on the ground. Notice how it's all like it's one body. Oneness. All things are one thing. Everything is one thing. Can you see how, when you look at everything, and you see the unity, how the collection of parts create a whole that is greater than that collection of parts? It's like harmony. When you hear a chord, when you hear a triad, it's 3 notes, right? But the collection of that 3 notes creates a whole greater than the sum of its parts. It creates a whole new thing. But when you look at all of this around you and you see the unity of all of it, this unity, it's very subtle. It can't be located. This unity seems to be non-spatial, non-temporal. It's not a particular thing. It is no thing. This isn't a word game I'm doing here. I just want you to notice it. Look around you and notice how it's all just one moment. It's all just one present moment. This unity, this whole that is greater than the sum of its parts, it is existence itself. And I'm using my words carefully. I don't want to call it the universe, because the universe is actually inside existence. Like, if the universe ceased to be, if it was utterly destroyed, that means there would just exist nothing. Existence would take on the form of nothing. There would exist no universe. So existence is still there. Existence is all it always is, by definition. There can never be non-existence. You cannot escape existence. And so what does that mean for your emotions, your thoughts? What does it mean for you as this embodied human? What that means is that everything within you yourself are an integral expression of existence itself. Your thoughts, by the fact that they exist, means that they are expressions of existence. Just as the wave is an expression of the entire ocean. Just as the wave and the ocean are the same substance, and that substance is water. Just as you and the universe are the same substance, and that substance is existence. Look around you. Look within you. Notice the emotions and the thoughts in your mind and your body. And notice how it's just floating waves of existence. Existence expressing itself in a certain way. That means you never really have to be alone again, in a way. Insofar as you have this duality of yourself and existence, well, you feeling a negative emotion is just existence feeling a negative emotion. And when you feel this integral unity where you inquire into where the world stops and you begin, and that line is blurred, as that line gets more and more blurry of self versus other, where do I stop and the world begins, and vice versa. You become all things. You become one with everything. You literally become no thing. You become no particular thing. That is nothingness. To become full of all things, you just become empty of all things. Just notice that. It's like a cup or a bottle or a bowl. In order for it to be filled with anything, it has to be empty of things first. It has to inhabit nothing. Look around you and just notice that. Don't you see how this moment right here inhabits all of this around you? Everything around you, your thoughts, your emotions, everything that you see, everything that you feel. There's a common element to all of it, and it is this moment. It's happening in this moment. When you think of the past, you're thinking of it in the now. When you're thinking of the future, you're thinking of it in the now. The thoughts are happening in the now, just as this video is happening in the now. The trees around me that I see, or behind me that I can see, is happening in the now. Being, existence, is a constant presence. And you are this existence. You are existence pretending to be a human. And this desire to not exist, so to speak, this desire to experience non-experience, this desire to experience nothingness is just a desire to go home. It is just the home of nothingness calling itself toward you. And that is the death of the old self and the rebirth of a new self. This new self is just the self of everything. That's all it is. I don't want you to see all this as like grand, woo-woo, grandiose words and ideas. I want you to see it as it is, right here. It's plain and simple. It's hidden in plain sight. The mere fact that you exist is really mysteriously astounding. When I look at this leaf right here, it is a unity in itself. Because the fact that I'm able to identify it as a leaf, all the parts in this leaf come together as a whole and create a leaf. I'm able to see the inherent unity in that leaf. How the unity of all of existence literally partakes the existence of that leaf. You can see the whole in the part and vice versa. You can see the wave in the ocean, so to speak. So this is a head-on direct counterattack to existential dread. Your existence is not purposelessness. Purposelessness? Your existence is not purposeless. There's meaning to it because you are existence itself. Why? Because you exist. You're right here. It's obvious. If you doubt it, then that doubting exists. That's just existence doubting itself. You can't escape existence. Existence is beautiful. It's one unified, harmonious whole. And it takes part as you, in you, with you, for you, as you. You're the whole thing. If you've had trouble experiencing this at all, leave it down in the comments below, and I would like to clear up any misconceptions or just guide you in any way that I can to help you experience this, because this will be as complete of a feeling that you will get in your life. Please excuse the background noise, I'm sorry about that. But it's part of the universe. It's part of the flow of existence, that background noise. So I don't mind it, and you shouldn't either. That's all I have to say for now. I hope this gave you a new outlook on life, and I hope you are able to enjoy it in the moments that you can or when you want to. I love you.